What's up, everybody? We're doing Code.dev stream. Basically just figuring out why the grass is being glitchy. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I think I need to make the shapes bigger. I'm not sure, because it works fine in the... Look, it's just jiggling like crazy. It doesn't do that in the other one. And just to make my life easier, we're going to... take this and move this down here. I need to fix that on the player. I have the reverse cam marker is using top level setting, and so because of that, it's all the way over there, and I need to just take that like that instead of making it as a child. I should just literally make it top level, like right underneath the root, and it would get rid of this problem. The reason why I did that in the first place was for organizational purposes, and the way I had my scripts laid out, it was targeting something higher up, and since it was the child of that target, it would move that marker, and then it would just screw up everything, because that marker is supposed to be stationary as a frame of reference for where forward is, and that was my mistake. I mean, the top level thing works as long as this weird bounding box doesn't bother you. It is a loophole. It looks terrible though. It looks actually awful. I'm going to change it. That's for sure. So we'll spawn. Oh, why did it do that? I'm gonna spawn right here. Okay, so everything is the same, I think. The only difference is the this node here, which doesn't have anything on it. This is just a debug. Anyway, physical bones. Well, it's got a skin. It just doesn't have a surface override, but that's just material. I don't care about that. So we have the skin. Maybe it's this. I don't know why it would be this. Basically everything off. Setting 3. It should be the same. I copied it. Yeah. Let's double check the character. I'm pretty sure it was just 1 and 3. 1 and 3. So it's not that. What about the floor itself? That might be a factor. It's just 1. This is 1 and 1. What about the level? It's not using a mask. That's interesting. That's a pretty big difference. Alright, I guess we'll turn that off. No, I didn't fix it. It works when I touch it. It's just as soon as it goes back, it just kind of jiggle juggles. It's weird because I just copied it from the scene that it works from. It's pretty freaking weird. No, we'll keep checking. So we checked the collision on this. What about... Because I didn't check the bones. So these are active in all 3 layers. Yeah, here's the marker, the look at marker AB. Yeah, it's look at marker A. B should be there. Yeah, it's both of them. Look at front and forward. Yeah, one's backwards, one's forward. The weird thing is they still work, even though they're all the way over there. I think because it's following the player position. So when the game runs, it moves back to where it's supposed to be. It's pretty weird. Okay, so this is the same. This is 1, 2, 3. It's just everything. Okay. So we ruled that out. We're just gonna find the differences. I know there's a scale difference. It shouldn't matter. There could be a joint difference. Maybe when I copied it, it like exploded or something. So we got a hinge joint, and then another hinge joint. We've got constraints. It doesn't look like they're enabled though. Constraints. The constraint is on for that one. So yeah, this is the same. I think maybe we should just rebuild. Why does it say 1? That's weird. Do they all say that? This one's disabled, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, okay, that is 1. Yep, 1. Okay. That's the same. We checked this already. Everything here is the same. Checked this already. And this box is bigger than the other boxes, except the top one. Not much bigger. I think what we're going to do is just delete this. I like to figure out what's wrong with it so I can fix it, but we're just going to delete it. Add child node. Box shape. Why is it rotated? What are you doing? Delete this shit. Just make it, maybe let's make it smaller. I mean, I'm willing to try it. Maybe because it's so big, it keeps jiggling around like an idiot. I don't know. Let's try that. Let's add another child node. Not there. Let's just duplicate this, put this in here. See right there, and then go to front view. I'm gonna save scene, close this out. I'm gonna back up. Still popping this stupid error. I did. The scale is 11111. I don't care. We're just gonna test it. It gets worse. It's actually worse now. Point, 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 point. So let's make it bigger. Maybe that's the problem. It's not big enough. Shit. Let's just make it really big. Why does duplicate do that? I fucking hate duplicate. That is such a stupid fucking feature. It's useless. It's actually useless. You gotta copy and paste that thing. Maybe that's what it is. God, it's so fucking irritating. This doesn't even look right. I'm just gonna create another one. This is so fucking stupid. Dumb as hell, man. Ugh. I fucking hate duplicate. Let's make them gigantic. Maybe slightly, like basically the same size as the original, like its initial hitbox. Which should control the whole damn thing. These are just ragdolls that don't control nothing. And then the Area 3D should control whether it activates or not. It's possible you need to turn off. No, this only triggers on 3. Yeah, we should be fine. Yeah, that makes sense to me. The top, that's the bottom, top. Let's make it there. Top. There we go. Perfect. Save scene. Alright. Let's try that. Maybe that'll work. I don't fucking know. God damn it. The physics are so janky in this. Literally copied it over from a working scene and it doesn't work. Still jiggling like a retard. It must be the hierarchy. It's probably the code. Because if we look at this, no, that doesn't make any sense. Because the script is here. It doesn't give a fuck. I'm so confused. Copy. Son of a bitch. So here's the one that works. I don't know why it's in up and down mode, but it is. God, stop it! What happened to just moving stuff? Oh, I gotta do Y and go dot apparently. This is a complete copy. Yeah, it works. Let's scale her down. Should still work, even though it won't look right. Ah, that's what it is. It's the scale. It causes the... So, yeah, okay. It's the armature. This is why I built my own hitbox system, so I could make... I could export the collisions with it, so everything is to scale or of scale. Because as soon as you start scaling the armature, it starts doing unpredictable things. It like no longer matches what the hell's going on anymore. It's a complete breakdown of the entire system. So let's delete this. Let's go back to grass A. We gotta change this. We gotta rescale this back up. Just to make sure. Go. For some reason, these are scaled at. Oh, okay, they're 1 now. How'd they change from 1 to 2? That's weird. Oh, my neck. Okay, so it probably doesn't matter what size these are anymore. Probably. At least connect it, I guess. Yeah, the go down 4 or 4.2 is really, and the physics is really janky. If you, like, whatever you export your rig as needs to be the correct scale, because you can't change it, otherwise you start getting a bunch of glitches. You can change the collision shape, but you can't change the skeleton or the bones. And when you change the bones, it has some sort of effect on your collision. It's just like, this error is triggering from its own shape resource. Because its scale is 11111. That's so fucking buggy, man. Fix your shit. No, still bungy, bouncy, and stupid. I do know there's one difference, one major difference. I think it was the top one was poking out really high. I don't know why. It was like at an angle and it was sticking out of the other one. I guess let's try that, I guess. Not sure why that would matter. It's supposed to stop and then smooth back, but I don't know why it's acting like an alien. Everything's exactly the fucking same. I don't understand it. Like, I could delete that. Copy this. It will probably work. Nope. This is a different size. I don't understand what's going on. This makes no fucking sense. Let me try, isn't that a feature of the skeleton? It is. Let's go ahead and delete all of it. I think it's just 3. Because we don't want it to collide with anything except the player, if that makes sense. I don't know. I've done forgot. What is it? 3? No, the player in the world. That's right. 1 makes way more sense. Otherwise, it'd fall through the floor. Fell through the floor anyways. That's because it gives the physical bone root. This needs to be disabled. I wonder why it only makes the middle bone. It doesn't make the top bone. Maybe it's not supposed to have that. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. What the fuck? Ah, the joint type. Fucking holy shit, it's so glitchy. Why is it melting? See, this is the default physical bone simulator. It's fucking terrible. The collision shape is just... It's the same size as the bone, it looks like. which is not helpful. Like if you're trying to build something in Blender, you're not going to be able to see nothing. I just don't know why. Oh, it's also using capsules. These kind of suck. I've heard there's problems with capsules. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. I'll try making it bigger. I'm just messing around because I don't know why it's glitching out. Because it keeps melting to the floor. See, like as soon as like the reset resets it and it goes to the floor. Like the initial reaction's fine. It's a little too strong. And it just melts. What the fuck? Not even this one does that. This one resets correctly. Nice and smooth, see? It's a little wobbly, but that's fine. It makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense, y'all. I do know the more you touch it, the more crinkly it gets, but that's kind of realistic. Although I think there is a number of times where it will actually reset to normal if you keep touching it. Could be a node name issue, I'm not sure. Looks like it definitely gets worse with time. Which makes sense. Like, it's not like that's wrong, because the more you touch it, the more it's going to get damaged. It looks like you can undo it, though. If you just touch it a little bit, and, like, unstuck it, stick it. It's pretty glitchy. I don't know why it only works in this one, though. Well, that one works fine. I don't understand. I'm clearly missing something. I don't know what it is I'm missing. It's connected. Body entered, body exits. Body entered, body exits to the skeleton node, right? Skeleton node, yep. They're siblings. It's so fucking weird, man. It makes no damn sense. God damn it. I didn't mean to press that. Guess I could try box shape. I've been told online that capsule shape is not the best. So I guess we'll just try a box. Yeah, the same size of the whole damn model. Why not? We'll just do that. See what happens. Poke. Nah, it just melts straight down to the ground. Why it doesn't melt straight? It's possible I'm going up and targeting something in here. So the hierarchy might, we're just going to have to look at the script. It's possible I'm targeting something. So this is on here, 0, 1, 2, that's correct. Got our timer, we got a reset, we got the ragdoll, we got our debug. Got our other stuff, got the on. This is a pretty simple script. There really isn't a lot going on here. It says it's connected. This could be an issue, actually, now I think about it, because it's, yeah, it's targeting, okay, I can see this being an issue. Because the one over here only has 2 bones, so that is okay. This is actually, I mean, it is targeting the bones, but it's also targeting the root. Looks like it's targeting the root over here as well. The root is restricted. That's really weird considering it's disabled. Maybe you do need that enabled. It might require that, actually. Hang on. It was a hinge joint, right? Hinge joint, yeah, 90, -90. It's all the default settings, right? It's possible this actually needs to be enabled. This is the one thing I didn't check. Pretty weird considering it's a disabled bone. This checks out though. It's in the script. The top bone ain't even being selected. Because this is getting the physical bone simulator, physical bone A and B, and then we're just going to reset them. I did not reset the top bone because it's a child of the mid bone. Probably should reset it now I think about it. I forgot why. It was having some issues. I think originally I was resetting all 3 of them. That could be why I'm getting glitches though. I should probably add a 3rd bone in there. Well, let's test it with that setting, I guess. It's possible the joint constraints on this root is what's important. It's always the last thing you check. This doesn't even use it. Joint root. I guess we'll try that. Bonk. That did nothing. Did nothing to fix it. Let's make sure we're not getting a false positive, and let's take our grass and kill it. And we're just going to spawn in a new one. Where the hell is the grass? What the fuck? Get out of my face, you fucking stupid damn fruit flies. Okay, I don't know where this thing is, but apparently it's in here somewhere. Let's delete that. Don't know where it was. It's dead now. Does this one have a scale problem? It looks like it does. It crashed? Wow. Talk about stupid. Yeah, y'all. Go.physics is not fun to play with at all. This is my least favorite part. I mean, when it's working, it's cool, but come on, man. This is pathetic. Oh. And it melts. I have no clue why it's doing that. We're getting a bunch of errors, though. I don't know, where's this? What script is this coming from? Pretty sure that's the player character. Perimeter bodies never used. Ow. Fine, we'll, this one works great. I understand. And it's most likely the player character. Plant pane. This does nothing. Huh. Alright, we got some pose shit. Maybe that's why. Yeah, that's the same. Oh, influence. Here we go. Because I remade it, I forgot to switch this. Completely forgot about that. I'm gonna have to make a fucking. I need like a whole goddamn spacecraft startup checklist for this goddamn thing. It's ridiculous. It's really weird that melts like that. I guess it's melting into itself because I don't know why. I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I guess let's go copy this. Paste that in there. We're going to change the size of this, though. It's too big. Is this locked or something? You fucking bastard. I hate hotkeys. Just too many of them. Okay, that seemed to have an effect on it. So if it's one bone, it resets it to its default position, but the ragdoll thing is still enabled, which causes it to sink and sink under the ground. So that means we need to stop it from doing that. I'm not sure how. We could freeze it. So basically, I need it doesn't need to be a perfect freeze, just like it's complicated because all I wanted to do is go back to its default position, then turn off simulation, but it just doesn't work that way for some reason. It's probably spinning because the size differences of their bones are a bit dramatic. Yeah, this thing's huge. Not giving me that error anymore though. We'll put this down there like that, I guess, and then lift this up more. I guess let's try that. Now, it could be a glitch because before I only had the two bones, and maybe that extra bone, the fact that it doesn't have a collision, is causing a glitch and forcing it to sink into the ground and disappear forever. Because I feel like even if one bone is missing, it should still ragdoll and go back to position, but it doesn't. It completely ignores the ground collision and like melts into itself, which I don't even know how that's possible because that's a huge cube, and the bone just kind of like disappears. I'm not sure how that works. I need to look at that under, like, turn the bones, make them visible, and we need to look at that to see what's happening. It's doing that spinny shit again. It was doing that before. I forgot how to disable that. I think I know why it's doing that. It's trying to get the default position, so when we twist it and it goes completely inverted, it's trying to twist back around. You know, instead of using its own position, its starting position, I think we might be better off just using a marker and be like, hey, go here. Just make it made up. Just a made up position and be like, hey, go here. That way it won't do all this crazy spinny shit. I might just do that. This one works better than what it was doing. It's just spinning around like an idiot now. So this was probably a false positive, maybe. Let's go back to this, turn that off, see what happens. And then let's go to our world over here. I'm gonna copy, paste this. This one, because we're gonna turn the bones on. We're gonna put this over here. Edit edible children. We're going to make this local. And I think we can undo that and it'll return it to normal. Damn, there's no undo button. Oh well. So we'll delete this top bone. Because for some reason it makes it have a baby. Save all scenes. We're gonna go to debug, visible collision shapes. I would like to have visible bones. But I don't know if that's an option. Yeah, that should be good enough maybe. We'll see. It'll let us know what's happening. Alright, so we got our grass. That's got 2 bones, this got 1 bone. This should sink into the ground. Yeah. Why did it do that? They don't make any sense. I could be, I think I know what it is. So, in video games, you're supposed to have, so when you weight paint something, it's supposed to be complete, like 100%. And since we don't have all the bones on it, it's only got that 50%. Maybe it's some kind of glitch. Because realistically, it would just stop there, but clearly it didn't. It like just fell through the earth. Not sure why it did that. And this one's like spinning around. I don't know why it's spinning around, but it is. It's literally, look at that. Why is it doing that? It can't collide with, or no, actually it can. It can collide with itself, which would make it, the upper bone would make it harder for it to return to default, because every time it tries to move, the top bone is going to move with it, and then it's going to hit the bottom bone as it's trying to move back into position. But I need the bones to touch each, because if the bones don't touch, then it won't ragdoll correctly. So yeah, I think that's the problem. It's trying to reset, but the bones are they're like hitting each other, and they're both getting in their way. So I think maybe I could just disable the collision on them temporarily. That's a lot of effort though. And it would be more noticeable. It wouldn't look natural. I could just make the influence really, really low, because the reset function is clearly being screwed up by the rig's own bone. Because so hypothetically, if we go in here and we make because these look at the collision. So these bones affect each other. So as they're moving and touching each other, trying to reset, that's probably why we're getting the spinning effect. So if I take the top bone, we make it mask 2. This one's not even really supposed to hit the floor anyways, but it can hit the player. So we'll go ahead and save that. That means it does not interact with this bottom bone at all. It just kind of floats, which might cause it to fall. But it is parented to the other bone. So let's see what happens now. So how tall is this collision? It's huge. Wow. Why does it do that? The main, like the area trigger disappears, not the physical bone. That's fucking weird. That only makes sense. That area body 3D is not supposed to move. I thought it was the skeleton that was moving. It's not. It's the damn area body 3D, which makes no sense. That's supposed to stay put. At least I think that was there with the area body 3D. Oh, it spins worse now. That makes a lot of sense. So on this side, yeah, it doesn't spin on this side. If we go over here, it spins because it's trying to go back to its default position. I will say oh yeah, never mind. I was gonna say it was working a little better, but not really. Still a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Mostly just trial and error. There's no logic behind this. It's just I'm brute forcing it just because this is ridiculous. I'm gonna have to try a different method. This is insane. Why is this so hard to do? Alright, let's go ahead. I'm gonna disable the reset physics thing. So I turned off the constraints. That didn't seem to make a difference. So I do know if this is enabled, it starts to like stretch out to infinity. Like there's a lot of problems if you enable this. Even if you lock it, it still causes a lot of problems. So I'm not going to mess with that. That's just going to stay disabled. This is the one that gets resetted. I think the problem is it's this static location is what's causing it to rotate a bunch. It's going back to a specific coordinate, and that's an issue. Like the actual physics themselves are fine. It's just there's a coordinate issue. Also, obviously, a coding issue. I don't think there's anything in here that I could do that would help. And then we also have the issue of the disappearing collision shape. Or no, wait, maybe it is this. Okay, yeah, it is. Never mind. It is the because the area 3D is tiny, so it's this right here is what's sinking. So yeah, the ragdoll, the armature just has a complete breakdown if you don't have all the bones present. Not sure why it does that. Couldn't tell you. It's pretty weird. Pretty weird. Um, I guess. I'm gonna move all this somewhere where I can hide it and work on it. Hide it over here. There we go. I'm gonna hit save. Now we're gonna have to go back into the script here. We're gonna disable the reset position. So the grass LARP reset. We're just gonna ignore that. Just see what happens. So let's see what happens with this one. It just explodes into infinity and beyond. Also melts. Jesus. So that stop function, there's a process I'm running. So we got, oh, I'm doing the mask thing. I forgot all about that. I changed how the masks work. I shouldn't even mess with the first one. The first one shouldn't even be touched. Activation equal true. Okay, so I was using the mask trick, where I was changing the masks. So when it resets, the collision temporarily turns off on itself, not the world or the. Actually, no, it just turns off in general. Yeah, it turns off for everything, so it just kind of floats. That was the plan. It just kind of floats, and then this is the smoothing code, which kind of works. Set one to true. What are the bone masks? I think there's, is it 3? That one's 2. It's 1. 1 and 2. We don't even target the top bone. The top bone's not even targeted. This one's locked and disabled, so it can't do nothing. So A doesn't do anything, and we're just gonna turn this off. Like, this is just causing problems more than anything. It's causing it to sink under the ground. I don't know why it's doing that though, because it's supposed to be disabled. So we're just gonna not use the masks like that and just see what happens. It should prevent it from sinking into the ground. Yeah, it just gets frozen. It doesn't reset, it just gets stuck. So the mask trick works, but it has its problems. It needs more for if I want to go that route, it needs more. So this is what it looks like without the mask trick. Because I'd also disabled the reset. So if we put the reset back on, I think it's like too fast or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's. It keeps triggering itself over and over and over and over and over. So I had to turn the mask off temporarily so it would stop fucking doing that. It just infinitely triggers itself. Even if I stand in it. Whee! Now it's going even faster. Whee! So that's why the collision mask thing was in there, to temporarily turn it off. When you combine them together, it prevents it from melting into the ground. I could try the, what is it called? That's the player. What am I doing? We got let's just go over here. The influence. So basically, we start the reset here. So we'll just change the influence here. So we'll disable this. The influence might be enough to. So we got PB simulator, so we already have that. So PB simulator dot influence equals 0.5. PB simulator dot influence equals 0. So I could maybe use like a timer, like this instead of going straight to 0, we could maybe lerp down to 0, but we're going to do 0 first just to see what happens. Because this is no longer a collision issue with the influence. Oh, that's funny. So it looks like it's both. So it needs to go back to its default position as well. We could try both. I don't know if that's going to help. Let's try both. It might stop the spinning. Yeah, it does. I mean, visually, as soon as I go over here, it's probably gonna, yeah, it's gonna start spinning. I could do. We don't even use bone B. That doesn't even do anything. Or yeah, no, it's A. Bone A don't even do anything. So we could set that to false, and then back to true, and then lerp. PV simulator. I really hate. Stop. I'm trying to click stuff over here, but it's so long I can't see it. Alright, well, it's LARP. Good enough, I guess. PBM simulator equal PB simulator dot influence dot LARP. Can you just LARP from variant to variant? We'll say 0.5 to 0, and we'll do 0.5. Oh my god, you're such a baby. So from 5, because this is where we want to start the reset, to 0, to 0.5, disable the collision. This should stop the spinning. This should reset to the default position, and this will get rid of the influence, which should reset it to its exact start position. We should probably start this immediately after the mask, though, like this, and then run this last. I could even do an if statement, so just to make sure. So do this and then space if PB simulator dot influence equal 0, and then we can lerp the position, reset it, maybe. I mean, these both influence and my lerp function, I think, do the same thing. I don't know why. Oh, I know what the difference is. So the influence is just the, like the actual weight applied from the physical bones simulator itself, but not the actual bones or the skeleton. The physical bones. It's separate. The grass lerp would be the physical bones. This completely eliminates the influence of the physical bones simulator, and then we can lerp it. We probably don't even need to use the masks anymore, because if the influence is 0, it won't have a collision issue. At least I don't think. And then the grass lerp reset. But it's also colliding with the ground constantly, which it shouldn't matter. I guess it does, because this is so confusing. It's a lot. There's a lot of shit going on here. Melts to the floor, no big surprise. Melts to the floor. Surprised that one did that. So I guess it's taking too long, so we're just gonna run them at the same time. It's probably taking too long and it's exploding. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe let's just leave maybe we don't need the mask. And let's try this again. Let's see how that works. Well, I mean, kind of works. The problem is it's still letting me push this. It should not do that. I think I just need to make this immediately go back as you touch it. Like, it shouldn't be, like, over here. But it is. Yeah, it's this skeleton is the issue. This code is fine, but I think the lerp reset needs to be constant. It needs to be always on. I think it just needs to always be on. I think that might be the solution. Just constantly in reset mode. The problem is it's so damn fast. That doesn't make sense. Why is it triggering hits? Because, like, when my character moves it, it kind of like stays put, but I don't understand why it's being a bastard. See, on area exit, inner area equal false, inner area equal true, interior area equal true. Do we have an inner area false? We do, right here. So hang on, let's do, I think I had the right idea. If inner area equal false, let's do that. So it plays regardless of ragdoll process. It should just do this. Damn you. Yeah, that does anything. It reset it, but it's still colliding. Would you fucking stop doing that, you jackass? So PB, physical, like, just stop being a bastard. Activation equal false. I don't even know what that is. What is activation? I don't even know if this is running. I don't even think this is doing anything. I guess let's screw around with this real quick. See, that's too fast. That's a problem. Because when you turn it off, it it fucks up everything. I think is it one of these turns it off and resets it. We don't want that. We want the other one. It's not that one. It's still registering hits. Okay, what about this one? Me, fuck you. It's this one. So now we need to reset it somehow. The problem is it just freezes. It's not like realistic. I mean, it's more predictable, but it doesn't doesn't do what I want it to do. Also, it teleports. When you reactivate it, it like instantly teleports, which is not what we want. You can't win with this fucking system. It's so fucking difficult. It's like it gets in its own fucking way. There's no like middle ground here. It's like on or off, and that's it. Hey, what's up, MHL? I'll bring it back. I'm gonna stick some shit in the fridge. Yeah, it's I think it's a little on the bigger side. I gotta shrink it down. I gotta fix my code first. Cause I can't I just don't understand why it doesn't want to go back. If I make the physical bone simulator influence 0, it doesn't reset. If I make it any number above 0, it just spins around like a fucking idiot. I mean, I couldn't, I don't know. This is just a crapshoot. I don't know. Maybe it's the order of operations. Alright, so we moved it. It's in a position we don't want it in. We want to move it back, but the physics get in the way of doing that. So we would stop the simulation. And then we would move it back into position. So we stopped it, and it did not work. I've moved out of the box. This isn't even doing anything. It's because we stopped. All right, what if we do PV simulator data active equals false? So the problem with that is it's too fast. And then it just glitches out. This is closer to what I want. I mean, I could try it in reverse, but that sounds like a horrible idea. So let's PV simulator influence, immediately make it 0, and then lerp it back, and then see what happens, I guess. So that works. The problem is it doesn't remember what the hell is happening. So what if we just don't stop it and then reset? Okay. So let's lerp. I'm just lerping the float, man. It's not complicated. Alright, fine. We'll make var lerp equal lerp 0.5 var lerp equal. Can you just do that? Maybe we should do lerp F. My brain hurts. I guess you could just lerp it, I don't know. So we lerp it back into position, and then I don't know. Let's just move on. Let's just go back. It's too fast. This is fucking stupid. This is awful. Fucked up part is I'm running it anyways because ragdoll process is here. So it should always be running, but it's not. It's confusing. Yeah.
Okay, I have a favor.
What's that?
Do you have any digital money?
Yeah.
Would you order a pack of cigarettes off of GoPuff?
It's a huge ripoff. It's like really expensive too. They're like this big. It's like $30. It's really bad. It's I just get you some tomorrow. I gotta go to the store tomorrow anyway.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, this is so stressful. Yeah, this ain't even doing anything. It's already running that anyways, because ragdoll process. Alert reset, on timer timeout, equal activation false. Niche, evaluation true. Simulator. None of this is working. Go away. God, I fucking hate this shit. I fucking hate timers. Timers in Godot fucking suck. Activation equal true. Grass timer dot stop. Time start equal false. Time start equal true. Grass timer start. Which see on timeout activation equal false. Which if we enter the area, it makes it true. So that's how we turn it on and off. Instead of doing it here, though, this is a dumb place to do it. Should probably do it here. And so this is always on. Cool. So we want this to control just the ragdolls, nothing else. Debug mode shouldn't even be inside there. Physics process. We'll add if activation equal true. PB simulator active equal true. PB simulator that so I guess it was kind of working. Start. I'm going to start simulation. I'm going to do if activation equal false. PB simulator to activate equal false, but we got to do this in the other order. This. So we'll call this ragdoll condition function ragdoll we'll do states. We are getting the global position. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe we should get the local position. Okay, that's kind of cool. It's moving according to where I press this box, regardless of its position. But we want this to stay put. Maybe we should just put a constraint on this. I think it just needs a constraint. That would be the easy way to do this. Because then I wouldn't need to lerp as much, I guess. It seems to be working a little more consistently now. I'm just going to put a constraint on it. That would fix it, I think. So basically, I want it like a chain so it doesn't separate. which would be on this bone. I just put joint constraint on both of these. This one should work. That was working, which this is promising. This looks a lot better than what I had. Only problem is when we touch we get two different states because the box is not going back to where it's supposed to go. With the constraints, it might get a little more accurate. Yeah, the constraints aren't working. That's my problem with this. Why are the bones moving outside of their parents? Like, it doesn't stay put, and I don't know why. Is it because I disabled this? Alright, fine. I'll re-enable this. I have it on axis lock mode. And angular joint restriction. So I guess let's re-enable this, I guess. Inherit. Have it fully locked down. It still don't work. What the hell? Oh, did I? Hang on. Maybe I did something. No, that's correct. Ugh. How do I make these parented to each other? I'm so confused. The top bone follows the medium bone. It's a hinge joint. Hinge joint. Hinge joint. No collision. Is that why it's not working? It has no collision? I'm so confused. Like, these two stay put together. No matter what I do, they stay together. Even if I touch this top one. That's the problem I'm having. Do I not have a, hang on, did we forget to add, oh, wait, hang on. I'm in the wrong goddamn scene. God damn it. Close this out. Before I break it, close that out. I'm the wrong fucking thing. So let's just go to inherit mode first. See what it does. Okay, it's moving the whole thing. That's not what we want. We want to lock, I guess, the linear. I guess one thing at a time. Son of a bitch! These physics are so fucking shitty, man. That's the second time it's crashed already. Triangular. Whole damn thing moves out. Moving. Wow, that's some serious glitching. Alright, let's lock the linear but not the angle. Okay, this is kind of in the right direction. The problem is the angular. Yeah, it looks like, yeah, we just need to lock the whole damn thing. Just lock all of it. Full 180, negative 180, restriction. It's still ripping off. Or no, there it is. It's right there, but it's for some reason it's moving. It's not supposed to. You know, I could make it just not collide. Yeah, it's like it not. There's no collision. I can't collide. It's locked. Joint constrained. Let's just do a cone joint, I guess. I guess let's try that. I don't know. Because if we might be able to use the bone hierarchy to our advantage. So if the parent bone can pull it back, I won't need to lerp it as much. Oh my god. Is it because I exited the area? No. You know, the bones are just fucking off on their own. I don't know how to get them to stop doing it. Which is why I originally disabled this root bone, but it looks like either way it does it, so. Maybe I need to access lock the whole damn thing. That's probably what it is. Or no, Y is up. So we want this locking on the Z and the X on everything. That's. I was assuming this was the only problem. It's possible it's the all the bones because we didn't make a restriction for them. So maybe that's why. Because these shouldn't be moving either technically. I just assumed it would do that automatically. Maybe it can't. Weird that pops up in the air like that. That's kind of funny though. I mean, we got better results minus the the fucking whatever it's doing, some crazy Mario shit. It's locked. Like, how is it moving? Maybe I need to, you know what, let's lock the Z. Let's just lock all of it. Fuck it. I don't know, man. I think the only thing we care about are angulars. And then now it's just all vibrating. Because it's trying to move and it can't. So maybe Z. Or no, that's axis lock. We don't want that. Let's I guess linear Z. We'll let that. Joint constraints. Let's turn that off. Turn Z off. And I don't know, maybe that'll work. Probably not, but we'll try it. Yeah, that just moves it. We don't want it to move. That's our problem. It keeps moving. We don't want it to fucking move. We do want it to rotate, but it's not rotating. But I did turn I had the angular constraints on, so I turned that off, so maybe it will work better now. Okay, now it's just spinning like an idiot. Oh my god, these physics are so stupid. This is so fucking annoying. Ah! Jeez. A lot of blood. I accidentally ripped my scab off. Ah! Damn it. So damn itchy. A lot of blood. Ah! Ignore. Oh my god, this is so fucking stressful. Well, since the positions are locked, let's just ignore that. So it just kind of like jiggles in place and does nothing. Yeah, it doesn't know how to react to that. So it's rotating, but it's like skirting and scooting and sliding around, which is not what we want. Maybe, you know what? Since we're restricting the upper bones anyways, we don't even need this. Just fucking disable this shit. This is not needed. Because if I want to disable the other bones, we can just turn this damn thing off. This should prevent the sliding around. Oh, oops. Kind of prevents it. It is a little more jiggly than normal, so that's cool. Problem is that when you're inside of it and it's going crazy, when you're not like triggering it constantly, I mean it works, but it's also spinning, which is not what I want. I mean, it's definitely more smooth when you interact with it, not this whatever this is. I need a way for that to not do that. It's in a constant state of interaction. So I need it to turn off. Even when you touch it, it needs to turn off after like a second. Jeez, it's bleeding like a lot. Ew. Ew, it's all like coagulated. Ugh. Ugh. Hello? Oh, my hip. Oh. 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 This is grody. Man, my blood is so dark. Ah, this is grossing me out. Ah, ah. Mm. Ugh. What was I doing? Oh yeah, it's in a constant state of jitter jatter. Let me turn the X. Is there like a timeout? I guess I could just get to make it myself. Okay, I like that shape. It's got a cooler shape. Well, when it was like this, hang on. It's like this one right here is it kind of like look at it, like it kind of like even though I'm constantly touching it, it's not like acting stupid, if that makes sense. And then this is the one without the I'm trying to jam it into this rock. I kind of want it like this, what it's doing right now. The problem is, yeah, it has the same problem. It's just on touch. It jitter jabbers. I just pushed it into that rock. Well, that's gone forever. Oh my god, it's literally got absorbed into the rock. Come on, Goda. Jeez, man. I'm just gonna have to make my own timeout because it's gonna reset. It looks like it's resetting. doing a really shitty job at resetting, but it is resetting. We're getting too many like hits per second. What am I hitting? Is it this thing? I could just make the collision box smaller. Maybe less likely to be janking up all the time like that. I don't know, but I'm feeling like my stomach hurts, so I need to go use the bathroom. How long have I been streaming for? Probably 2 hours. Oh my god, over 2 hours. I'm gonna do a little bit more work on this. But I gotta use the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. I'm gonna have to garbage out later. Can't believe it's Thursday already. Let's look it up. You. No way, you damn bug. I don't even know what to type. I just make mine from scratch. You literally need a fucking tool to fix that. It's ridiculous. By the time I find the problem on the internet, I'd have just created my own solution. The internet fucking sucks. The Verlet was a nice clue because the rope is kind of, not to that extent because it's like all sloppy and like, it's limp. I don't want something 100% limp. Um, Maybe I just need dampening. I don't know. It's probably a physics setting. We're just going to fuck around with this until it just gets right. I have no clue. I mean, it's working better than what it was. At least it's more like predictable, but it's still not good. I don't know, 0.5 maybe. You know, let's do replace. Put this on what, 5. Okay, so the linear damp, if I'm not mistaken, that's for the movement, so X, Y, Z, and the angular is for rotation. We'll just do 50 for each, and just put all the settings on half. Gravity on normal. We could do a little bit of bounciness, maybe like 0.1. Um, yeah, 90-degree limit maybe. We'll leave that default. I'm not sure what all that does. Let's do replace instead of combine, because that might help with the jitteriness. Let's do 0.1. Actually, 0.25, just because this is the tip. Half friction. I'm thinking maybe the friction will help. Like having less friction will make it slipperier and less jittery. Hinge joint, I think, is the most accurate, but cone joint, I would say, would be more. The cone joint would probably be. I don't know, because it's like, because a plant is like. I guess it's like, yeah, I guess it's closer to a cone joint. But if you crush it, it's more like a hinge joint. Let's try that. I'm scared. I don't want to touch this. Well, it's a lot smoother. It's still jittering like crazy though. And it's still jittering like stupid. I don't even know what's causing that. Is it its own bone doing that? It's still getting like, it's still registering hits from the terrain when I touch it. I think I need to go back to the masking trick. Because it's locked. It shouldn't go anywhere. Uh, we need to make another one. I need to make an array. Yeah, this should just be an array. This would be a PV simulator and in physical bones instead of physical bone. A or B. Physical bones. Array. Physical bone 3D. Get rid of this. TV simulator get shot in physical bones equal get children. Hey, what's up, Justin? Kill this. Toggle comment on that. Alright, we won't use a typed. We're just going to use a regular array. We will deal with this later. It's going okay. I'm just trying to fix this grass. It's got problems. I gotta fix it. This would be visible bones. 0. Let's say 0. Just get rid of all these errors. Yeah, I gotta use every trick that I can think of. I'm gonna have to use a masking trick. The bones are locked in place, so I should be able to use the mask trick now because it was falling through the floor earlier. There we go. So now we could do instead of PBA, all this crap right here, we could do PBS for physical bones default position, and then PBS, PBS, and then instead of rot scale, which is vector 3, interrupt time, exit reset grass, physical bone, get A, get B, don't even need that, because we have all of them already. So this would be which, couldn't we just get that anyways? Oh, hang on. Yeah, no, we got to make an array first. That's right. We have to do this in the ready. That's important. So we got to do for bone and physical bones. Bone, or PBS default position equal. This is for each bone. We'd have to append it. We'd have to make an array. It would have to be an array. Hang on. It had to be an array of vector 3s as well. Which I guess you can do that. I'm pretty sure you can do that. So dot append, because it's one at a time, bone dot position. I think, should we use local? I guess we'll just do local for now. I don't know. All right, so this will append every single position in order from 0 to 2 inside the physical bone simulator default position array. So they'll have the exact, so I just, because this will have the default position, so whatever bone you set it as, you would also set this as the lerp function. So we'd be physical bone rotation dot append bone rotation PBS default scale dot append bone dot scale. I just put that in here, not gonna actually use it right now. The caution warning, not using this. So I gotta move my overlay over because I can't see. Oh God, would you hurry up, please? No. Why do I have double rotation? Ow! Figure about the rotation, rotation. So it'd be PBS default rotation. Since it's an array, we would choose 0. So it's going to pick that value because it's the same. Because it got that information from the bone itself. And then we'll do the same thing up here, but for the position. And then we'll do physical bones, default position, and then 0. Did I do something wrong? Oh! So we're currently using global position. I don't know anymore. Should I use global position or position? I don't fucking know, man. This is a long string. I don't like how long this is. Can I do that? Damn. Damn. Oh, it's so long. Alright, we'll just create a var. We'll make a local var. And we'll just do var position equal. This will make it more readable. This hurts my brain. This is what local vars are good for. Var rotation, var scale. Uh, Stop! Um, I think we want the whole damn thing. Because it's appending all of them. We want the whole array into a local variable. Because then we could just assign a single number. It would be really easy. I think. I mean, we still have to lerp. But it'd be less confusing because it would be down here. This looks correct. I guess we'll start with global position. Try locals next, because down there it's global position. Physical bond simulator. Position simulator. Default scale. And then we're going to lerp them to the same value no matter what. So I guess we could just go ahead and lerp it, because it's going to get lerped regardless. So this, this might not work. I'm hoping it does. And then we can assign the specific bone on the actual thing down here. If it lets me, it might not. So we would just equals position 0. I didn't think it would work. Damn. I guess I could do another array. I could make 3 local arrays that get appended using the lerp. This is hurting my brain. Oh my god. Alright, so we got all the positions and rotations and scales. We have all of them. Now we need to lerp every single one. So we have that. So yeah, okay. Alright. So for each position and position dot position, we're gonna lerp them. So we'll go in here. So for position and physical bones default position, so we're putting, so for, it's going to do each single one at this speed. So they're pre-lerped using this array thing, and we're doing it after they're declared. The problem is physical bones, because we can't do. I don't know if I remember lerping erase array, but I guess we don't need to say. Yeah, it would just be. I think it would just never mind. I think it's position dot lerp position 0.25. So we're getting our vector. We're lerping it by itself to 0.25, I think. Right? But that would break the default. We don't want to screw up our default. The whole point is to have a default. So hang on. So var lerp position equals bone. We'll change this to lerp position. And we want to lerp its current position to this. So this needs to be, instead of the bone here, this should be This should be done to each bone in order. So this needs to be this right here needs to be the bone's current position. So we need to change this to lerp position equal physical bones dot global position. Now we'll just we already have physical bones, so why would we need this? Because this is not gonna help. I almost have it. I just have been doing this for a while now. So we got our default positions here. We have our bones here. So we already have our bones. So this would be after so we'd be for physical bones. Bone dot global position equal. So instead of alert position, we would use physical bone singular default position. Because we want to lerp. So I could make another array, but I don't know if I need to do that. Can I do a double? Can you do a double? And can I do an and for position in so for bone and physical bones is where we need to apply our lerp. I need to make two of these and combine them together. Or create a third array to lerp everything, and then that would be what we would need. So we're just gonna hide that for a second. So for every position in previous default position, we need x equals dot lerp position 025. So we need to make an append. We need to append another thing. So we'll just do var lerp position array pretty sure it should just be vector 3. We're going to make it a typed array just in case. Oops. And then, so now we have our third array, and we need to append it. So PBS default position dot append. So we got to do this again, but for our lerp. So for position in physical bones default positions, I think this is where we put it. So lerp position dot append, and then we need to append our lerp to that. So we need the default position of every single bone. So we have our appended stuff there. So we need the current location. So var, should we lerp first? Var current position array vector 3. So for bone in physical bones, current position dot append bone dot global position. So now we have all the current positions. We have all the current positions, and now we want to lerp them. Now these current positions aren't actually their literal positions, but it's fine because we're going to make so for bone physical bones current position equal current position lerped to the new position, which would be the default position, which is already, it already takes into account here, because this is the default position. So dot global position. So we would lerp, but we gotta append it, otherwise it won't do anything. I need to make sure all these errors are out of the way before I end this. This is getting really long stream. We'll just put some notes here. So bone in physical bones, current position data append to current position. So get physical bones current position. Change physical or lerp. Let's change physical bones position. So we got the current position, we have to change, then I don't know what this does. So for position in our default position, if our current position, because we want bone.global position, so we want all of the default positions. So get default bones positions. So we're taking our default positions and putting them in here, and we're lerping them at the same time. And since this is a vector, I think, can we just put this in there? Or how would that work? I don't even know how that would work. For bone and physical bone position. Alright, yeah, we're doing too much. We're like lerping stuff at the same time, but that's useless because we don't have another value to compare it to. We're just comparing it to itself. And I can't lerp it because it's declared after. Damn it. Alright, yeah, physical. Alright, well, we have our physical bones dot global position equals physical bone dot global position dot lerp. So this would be what actually lerps it. So lerp is not right. So we'll just say default positions. Dot lerp, but then we need to lerp it to the desired positions, which are the default positions. So I think is it called mode? There is a thing that lets you compare it to each one in order, which means we wouldn't need any of this. We wouldn't need any of this. So we need, so the TBS default position. So for each bone and physical bones, dot global position, their global position lerped to this at that rate. The problem is we got to use a special function for this. I think it's called mode, or something like that. Go dot array. It checks everything in order or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. Oh, map. That's map, I think. It calls the given callable for each element in the array and then returns a new array filled with the values returned by the method. Map filter. And maybe it's all. Calls the given callable on each element in the array and returns true if the callable returns. Well, that's just a bool. One, two, three, dot reduce, sum 0, print 6. So this is just combining all of them together. I don't want that. This is adding 10. reduce, as it, well, I guess simplify is what this is doing. It's the same as using operator index equal value. Array index equal value. Oh. I thought it was map, but that's just a bool. That's not what we want. So times two everything. I wanted to do one in every order. I could do the array. But I'd have to be in process for that to work. So it does like bang, 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 like one in every order. Um, damn. So close. I could do maybe I could do because this is like higher up on the command chain here. Maybe you could do another four. So 4 physical bones, and then 4 position and PBS position that, and then there we go. That might actually work. So we would do like this, because they're exactly the same size. So these two are the same size, because this got its data from this. So for bone and physical bones, and for position and physical bones default positions, bone.global position equal bone.global position lerped to position in this position. That might actually work. It's not popping any errors, and it says it's part of it. Not that position matters because I got it locked, but so let's delete that. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. So let's copy this and then do it again, but for rotation. And then instead of position, can you abbreviate? Is that a real thing? We better type that out. Position. Well, I mean, we'll know it'll work once we test it. Rotation. Save all scenes. Cause that's a lot. This is way cleaner. Cause this will get any number of bones. So like a tree. Cause I don't want to make a long list of bones. It's annoying. Looks like it worked. It's doing something. Yeah, it's moving back. It's definitely doing something. I don't know. I mean, we could turn it off and find out. We'll know for sure if I turn it off. This is lerp reset, which I feel like process should be the last thing we run. This is all out of order. This should be the last thing we run. I feel like that's how that should be the correct order. I don't know about these where these should run, but I put them in the middle. I don't know. Could put them at the bottom. I'd say the top or bottom. I thought you left. Welcome back. Let's put it here. I already forgot what I was doing. It's the grass slurp reset. Grass slurp reset. Ow, my foot. Not even using that anymore. Grass slurp reset. Ragdoll. Debug physics. Yeah, I'm not even using that anymore. I'm just using the plain old system. I'm not using it here either. Trying to be true, false. Ow, my booty. Should I do the reset during the start? The problem is it would just run all the time, I think. And we don't want that. It was lerping the influence, which seems to have a similar effect. I guess let's try it here, because apparently it wasn't even being ran. Might crash. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Dude, that thing got possessed. If enter area equals false, that's not helpful at all. Might as well just do it in states if activation equals false. I feel like it should go here. Do it right before it shuts off, maybe. We gotta really get rid of the we gotta get rid of that jitter somehow. I think it's because the right here, this hot spot. If I could somehow fix this hot spot and make it more dynamic. might not have so many issues. Also, let's turn this off and see what happens. I think this the lerp helps a little bit actually. It does move it back into position. It's doing something. I really need to fuck it up. I gotta jam it up nice and good. Yeah, it's doing something. Alright, well that's cool. At least that works, I guess. I just gotta get rid of the really annoying jitter. It could have something to do with the size of the box itself. It is pretty big. Um, it's pretty cool you could jump into it. It has a more dramatic result when you jump into it. It definitely fixes itself too quickly. Hang on, let's turn this off again. This one's much smoother though. And it kind of like saves its deformation more. Yeah, it kind of saves the deformation. I actually think it's better without the lerp. Other, minus the glitch where it gets stuck on itself. Wow, it really goes ape shit when you jump in the air. Because your head hits the cube at the top. This might work better if I make it the exact same shape. So basically give it 1, 2, 3, 4 hitboxes. And the exact same shape as this. Because I'm only using 2. When you jump up, your head hits one at the top. I think it looks better without the lerp code, believe it or not. This is doing something, but it's doing it too fast. Could try a smaller value. Let's do like 1. That's a pretty big difference, right? We'll try the opposite number next. Yeah, it is very spazzy. We really gotta sort this out. Oh, that's a lot slower. It's not like as instantaneous. At least I don't think it is. No, it's like teleporting. Yeah, it's not doing nothing. I mean, it is. It's lerping, but it's doing it too fast. Maybe that's the time it takes. Maybe it needs to be a bigger number. Maybe this needs to be 1. No, it's snapping in the position. We don't want that. That's bad. We do not want snapping. Why is this not working? Tell me your secrets, Lerp. I guess we'll just have to hover over it. Alright, fine. I'll go down here. So, linear interpolates two values between vector weight. So variant from, to, and then weight. So we're actually missing a number. Position 1, 1, and then. Oh, hang on. 2, so hang on. We're bone and physical bones. Or position and physical bones. Position. Position to alert. Position. So from that. So from this position to this position. Oh, my brain. And then this, because this only has the one. So if it's undeclared, you need 2. So I could just lerp. Let's just lerp it straight. So lerp bong dot global rotation and the weight oh, it tells me if I just hover over it. There's ease and smooth step. So 0 for 0.75 returns 3. So that's 75% of 4 is 3. Okay, so it's a percentage of movement. It's not actually smoothing it. So that's lerp ain't even what I want. Because it's just interpolating. So it's just getting the in between using the weight. So if this was if this was 0.5, it'd be getting half the difference of its default position. It's not actually moving back to position. So that's broken. But like this lerp is not what we want. I want something else. Let's do alert. Lerp is a percent difference between two positions or interpolation, I guess. Could try lerp at 1, at weight 1 with smoothing. Ease or smooth step next time. So we would definitely need it at weight 1 because I didn't realize it was lowering the value. I didn't realize it was changing it. We don't want to change it. I mean, we can. It'd be more realistic. I guess we could do 75%. That would be more realistic. Because it won't like go back exactly the same because you jostled it. We'll do 75%. Rotation should be position. But we still have to smooth it. No less than 75, 0.75, maybe even higher. Alright, I guess that's it for this stream, everybody. I'm gonna have to make a part 2 on this grass. Bye!